welcome to an all-new edition of the Lamont Xperience, brought to you by Boston Cannabis Week and produced by Xperience Creative. And as always, big shout out to the good folks at Boston Hemp Company and MCR Labs. Today on the show, we have a very special guest, man. This is one of my homies. This dude, I've known him for a few years now, and he is one of the most talented people I've ever met. Singer, songwriter. The dude, the reason I'm wearing this shirt today. My man, give it up for my homie, Vincent King. What up, Vincent?
What up, Lamont?
I'm wearing this shirt today, man, because I said I'm putting my R&B.
Was it the creamsicle?
Creamsicle for the shirt. I'm gonna be out. I'm ready for whatever with the, you know what I'm saying? Girl, I won't give him too much. I want to show you up. Like I just wanted to let you know the power.
Roles. Like we switching roles right now. You sing, and I do stand up.
You want to do the Freaky Friday?
Yeah. Exactly. That's what I was thinking. I was like, what is that? Yeah, we should switch. Like you can sing and you can, do shows and write songs and perform. Do the James Brown split, and then I'll do.
You're trying to get me killed. James Brown split, man. If I did the James Brown split, I'd be out for the season.
You just gotta wear loose pants.
You ever watch like a football game when somebody gets hurt and they bring out that cart and they put him on the cart and they wheel him out of the stadium? If I did the James Brown split, I would need one of them carts.
See, that'd be perfect. You can use that cart, and then you can just come back out. James Brown style.
I wouldn't be able to. I would be on that cart, like, how they be wheeling them out, and the player I'll be like this, and the fans be like, oh no, he's hurt. But then I just do one of these. I give him a thumbs up. I'll be back next season.
Show's over.
I couldn't do that.
That would be awesome.
You could be. I think that you'd have a better chance at being funnier than I would at being a better singer. And not because I think that comedy is easy, because it's not. I'm a comedian, I'll tell you that. But I'm just not a good singer, and I don't see it happen.
Actually, I can make a bet with you right now.
Go ahead.
That we could do a song and you'll sound good on it.
Well, if you did, yeah, of course. I mean, if you tweaked it a little bit and do some, you know what I'm saying? Or take my voice out completely and put yours on it and then just tell them it's me. Yeah, that's me. I'll be in the club.
You be like the Temptations, you be out there performing and I'll be singing and thinking behind the curtains.
Yeah. Yeah, you be like a sitcom. I tell some girl that I meet that, she's like, I like singers. And then I don't know, I'm a singer. I'm performing here Friday night. You really? Yeah, I'll be here Friday night. She's like, I'm coming. And then she does, she touches me on my face. Like, looking forward to seeing you on Friday night. And I'm like, yeah. Then I got 3 days to learn how to sing.
It just depends. You just gotta sing that favorite hook. That's all. The hook is the only thing that matters. Just don't sing the whole. Just go straight for the hook.
Now, what I would do, I would hire you. I'd be like, look, just sing behind the curtain, and then I'll just do all the moves. And then what would end up happening is that somebody that worked at the club would be walking by and accidentally trip over the curtain, and the curtain would come down, and then you'd be back there talking about, and then I don't know what's going on. I'm still in the middle of my dance, and the whole crowd, the audience, like, oh.
Yo, can we try that on one of your stand-up shows?
You want to just
come out, you have your back to the crowd, and you be like, hands up, and then I'll just start singing. And all you're doing is you're just doing dances. And you turn around, it's like, oh, it's Lamont. And they're just going to scream.
You remember that time? Because we met 5-6 years ago now? Because when me and Jeff Hammer were doing those Comedy is King shows, and then you came in and you guys were the house band. Yep. And we just kind of started collabing, but we never planned it.
Yo, what's the most memorable part about that part is when you start talking and I start playing, then we start going back and forth, and we never really planned it.
Well, it was like when we did my birthday show, and then I didn't know how. I was like, I don't know how I'm gonna start this show.
Right.
And then I got on stage and I just looked at you guys. And I was like, Vince, can y'all just give me some? I'm gonna do the first. I did like the first 15 minutes of my act in like a sing-songy.
Yep.
Kind of.
That was fly. That was crazy.
I ever been to Walgreens.
That's when I was like, man, if I could do stand-up, I would stop singing right now.
And then we did our Valentine's show, right? And where we fell in love with the same girl, right? Remember? We were both in love. But then I was like,
but that's real life. That always happens.
Yeah.
You know, you and your homies, y'all see the same girl 2 different times. And you're like, oh, you go talk to her. And then, you know, and then you see later on in the night your guys is talking to her too. So he's like, damn.
Well, I haven't seen that girl since, so I didn't have that experience of getting to talk to her like that. Like you just made something up. I mean, maybe you got to talk to her. You were probably over there like, yeah, so I know you was talking to Lamont, right? And she was like, who? Yo, oh man, so listen.
Okay.
You got a new album out, right? You got a new album coming out.
New album coming
out. Called Turbo.
Called Turbo.
Tell me about the album.
So the album is 100% produced, written by me. And it's literally me on steroids. It's like if you came to one of my live shows, it feels exactly like that. I wanted to give people something that I could go and do my live shows with, and then they could play the record and it feel the same. So it's basically me going 100 miles fast, 100 miles an hour.
I've seen you before, man, and I'm talking a dude who goes all out.
Yeah,
in his performance,
non-stop for an hour and 15 minutes, just like hit non-stop. We take a 20-30 minute break, we come back, do another hour and 15 minutes, and that's how the album's gonna be. I'm really excited.
You be in the crowd, like you get off. I sit there like, man, this dude's doing a lot of, like, because I'll be thirsty, and the bar will be like over here, and I'll be like, I really want something to drink, but that's where the bar is all the way. And then you're jumping off, you're doing spin moves, jumping off the stage, and you're like, let me tell you about the birds and the bees.
I be thirsty too. That's why we be taking breaks. I be singing, I'm like, man, I'm thirsty. So I just, I need a special assistant while I'm on stage.
Yeah.
I was like, yo, order me a drink, and they'll give me a drink.
I know that you can ask somebody, like somebody bring me a glass of water, and they'll do it. I know they will.
Yeah.
Stop acting like, see.
Yeah, true.
This is what you do. You do that modest, modest bullshit. Like, I'm not falling for that. Don't try that with me. That like you were saying earlier, I can't believe my cup matches my hat. Like, you didn't plan that. Like, you're that dude. I didn't realize that everything was gonna come out so sparkly. You knew exactly what was going on.
Yo, I really did plan this. This is my roommate's cup, and I liked it. So I was like,
You're the dude who the ladies love, but you act like you can't explain it. I don't know what it is.
All right, the truth is, I don't get nonverbal cues.
Neither do I.
I completely miss them. So like, there could be somebody who's interested in me. I wouldn't be able to tell.
I can't tell you how many times that I've talked to ladies 5 years, like I hadn't seen them in maybe 3-4 years, and they'll go, I liked you then.
Like, when?
And I'll be like, I didn't know. What are you talking about? I'm terrible at all that stuff. And then, but then I'm like, really? You would think? And then they're married now.
Yeah.
They got 17 kids.
17?
Wow, it was a wild couple of years, man.
17, that's a record. They did have a show about this woman with 10 kids, I believe.
Oh, Octomom.
I think I think I'm good with 3. I'm good with 3. How many do you think you'll have?
If I'm lucky, none. I'm not responsible enough for such adventures. Like, I'm not. Honestly, man, I would lose.
No.
Like, oh, I forgot.
See, I feel like you might say that now, but when that kid comes, that'll be like, you'd be like, daddy daycare all over again.
See, now that's what the problem would be, because say we did switch places, right? And then I could sing, I would be a terror, because all I would do is sing. I would sing. The kid would benefit if I had a kid, like my son, or my daughter. My daughter. Oh yeah. I would benefit in that way. But other than that, like when I would stop singing, I gotta change diapers too.
Well, singing don't help you change diapers. I know that.
No.
But I actually, the most enjoyable experience for my sister just had well, I actually have 3 nephews now, and I have a video of me feeding my nephew or his baby bottle. Man, it's calming. It's like they eating it, like you just want to fall asleep. But you got to keep the head up, because the head is bigger than the body, so you just gotta like make sure. Yeah. But that was when I was like, you know what? I probably could do this. I probably could do it. Not yet. I got 3 more years, and then then I'm gonna start looking.
So I have a niece and a nephew, and adorable kids. Now my nephew is 7, just turned 7, and my niece is about to be 4 in December, and they're adorable, right? But there's nothing in holding them and like that made me go, I want one. Like there was nothing that made me feel that way, and that maybe I'm just weird, but there was nothing that clicked and said one of these days, because here's what happens. I think a lot of people they have to see the baby, and the baby's adorable, and then they're doing baby stuff, and everybody's like, oh my God. But what they forget is when I call my sister, right, and I can hear my niece and nephew in the background just raising hell. And so here's how every conversation goes with my sister. What's up, Sherelle? Yeah. So what's going? Oh, and she's like this. Okay, Lamont, listen. Sherelle! Marsha, can you come? Like that's the whole conversation. I don't think we ever get to communicate.
But you might be different. I would like to think that, you know what I'm saying? Because so the truth is, right, if anybody wants to know more about, me personally, I can't speak for musicians or performers, but on stage, I'm just 10 all the time. Right. But when I'm home, I'm relaxed, I'm laid back. So you will come to my house and we'll like shoot some pool and we'll just hang out. And people expect me to be partying all the time. It's like, nah, I party when I go out.
Well, that's the same thing with comics. I think people think, oh, you're a comedian, so it must be a 24-hour power. You must be funny all the time, because people will be like, say something funny, and it's just on the spot. Like I don't work for you.
Yeah.
And people don't realize like when I travel and do stand up, I do the show, and then I'll hang out for a little bit, like everyone does, really. But then an hour after that, I'm alone in my hotel room eating chicken fingers.
Wait. Where do you get the chicken fingers from, though?
The bar.
Oh, okay.
What do you mean? Where do you get the chicken fingers from? Like it's impossible to get chicken fingers?
No, because when we go on do shows, I'm at the hotel. They ain't got no chicken fingers.
Well, I'm talking about like I'll be at a comedy club, like in the. So if it's say it's a casino, or even if it's not a casino, the comedy club is not that far from the hotel.
Do you
I'll get the food from the. That's my thing. I'll get the food like before I go on stage. I order my food.
That's what I was always wondering. Can you eat chicken fingers without fries?
I don't know if I can eat anything without fries.
Really?
Well, I mean, I'm being sarcastic, but chicken fingers with fries is pretty much.
Because I've actually been thinking about that, like the things that we buy together, you know, that we just like, you know, obviously I don't do coffee and donuts, but like burgers and fries. Have you ever bought a burger without fries? Just bought a burger?
No, only sociopaths do that. Listen. But Turbo, if you say this is you on steroids,
all right, let's go back.
And I know this is you. And I know this is you.
Yeah.
Like I know what you are when you're performing, and you say this album is that plus 10.
Yeah.
And I can only imagine what kind of hyperdrive you're taking the fans into.
The great part about this album for me is that I feel. I mean, you've heard my music because personally, I'll see you since I'll say, hey, what do you think? But most of my fans that follow me from live shows, they only really know me from covers and stage performances. So a handful, you know, but not the majority. Most of them haven't really heard my creativity as far as creative music. So this is going to be really exciting because not alone this is also like my songwriting, but it's also my producing. And I can say just emphatically, like, this is probably some of the best music I've ever created.
That's exciting.
I watch a lot of interviews, right, with Pitbull and some of the artists that I look up to and look for inspiration as far as personality and their process.
Right.
Obviously Rick Rubin, Frank Ocean, I can go on, but definitely Drake. But I think what I did one day, I was like, you know, what if I just woke up, music, went to sleep, woke up, music, went to sleep. And for 5 days straight, the first song for this album, I just tried to do that. And I think I slept maybe 18 hours a day. 18? No, I worked 18 to 19 hours.
That sounds like me. I'm like, all right, I understand. Yep. No doubt. I'm on the right track.
No, but I think it was just a blur those 5 days, but I think I've slept no more than 4 hours a day. And I have just literally focused on that song, and it just came out. It's amazing. And I was like, ooh, you know, you make something like you can't believe that you made that. So I'm on my third song right now. I have skeletons for what I do is I go through and create like 10 skeletons of songs, and if I pick out the ones that I like, and then I go back and I start working on them one by one by one by one. And by the time I come back to it, the skeleton, so I'm working on the third song, I'm almost done with it. And when I come back to the skeleton, I'll have fresh ears.
Okay.
And I think I spent up to maybe like 115 hours on each songs. Yeah.
I mean, that kind of work ethic definitely gonna pay off, and I think your fans, I think you've built up an audience with the covers, and the fans know your work ethic just by seeing your live shows, and I think that at this point they can't wait to hear what Vincent has to say.
Yeah. You know and you remember Spartacus, right? Korn, a drummer.
Oh yeah.
He's mixing and mastering all my records. So it's these are gonna be we're gonna create some great moments. Now the only thing I gotta do is, you know, learn how to market and promote and, you know, do that thing.
Well, I mean, I got you on that. Like, I mean, I'll help out, you know, obviously when things is ready to rock, let me know and I'll just put it out there. You sent me some stuff. You sent me you emailed me, you said, my fans on IG had these questions. That's my impression, by the way. My fans on IG had these questions.
That's how I talk.
And
Yo, some of these questions.
But no, some of them I was like, I'm not gonna answer now. But this one I was like curious about. So, besides me, who is your favorite person to collab with?
Oh, my favorite collab. Okay, so my favorite collab to date. I did this song. So my friend Sam Burke from LA, he wrote a song called "They Matter" from a third-person perspective, based on what's going on in society today. And he sent me the song. I think back in, was it April or June? He sent me the song between April and June. And he's like, bro, I wrote this song. Just take a listen to what you think. He sent it to me. I was like, man, immediately I was like, this is amazing. So I was like, would you allow me to just like do whatever I want to do, and whatever you don't like, you can take it. Whatever you want to use, you can use it. So he's like, yeah, So for 2 weeks I worked on it, and basically I did a lot of ad-libs, a lot of backgrounds and harmonies. And to date, that's been one of my best collaborations, because like I've never really added my voice or my vocals to somebody else's canvas, to somebody else's song. So that's been the best. So if y'all want to, people want to check that out, is just look up his artist name is Cosmo, Cozmoe, and it's called "They Matter." It's on SoundCloud or iTunes and everywhere, but it's real cool. It's a different style, completely different than my my album Turbo, which is why I like it. So the goal is, I'm working with a girl by the name of Camila Aves. Her artist name is Mila Faye. And I have a song with my guy Tony Saza from Florida, and then I have another song that I gotta finish up with a friend of mine, Danny Demari. But that's my favorite collaboration to date. In 2021, I'm gonna have a lot, so we might have to work on something. Like,
I'm cool with it, man. Like, that's actually a good. Well, check that song out, guys. They Matter. That's a perfect time for it, with the way the world is right now.
Yeah.
We're still trying to get justice for Breonna Taylor and so many like her that have been taken away from us too soon. That's a great thing you're doing, in addition to making great work. So that's excellent.
Yeah.
And also, yes, I would love to get on something with you. And actually, this leads me to this next thing. I see you have your keyboard with you, right? And I always wanted to, like, cause I love TV theme songs, right?
Me too.
And I want to know. Let me know. Like, are you a fan of TV theme songs?
Man, what's your favorite though? What's your favorite?
It's hard. It's hard. Man, I mean, you can't beat the classics. You can't beat. If you go in 90s, right?
Yeah.
You can't beat Family Matters. You can't beat Full House. If you go old school, Good Times is great.
Yeah.
Welcome Back, Carter is amazing. Different Strokes. Oh, the world don't move to the beat of just one drum. That kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But might be right. Let me get started on that. It might be right for some.
Man, I love El Pizzle is the best name, bro. You should be like, it's El Pizzle in the house.
You know how that name came about is so this actress I know, good friend of mine, Hillary Barriford, she's in LA. We did a movie together, like 2005, 6, something like that. And we just got we had a lot of scenes together, so we were hanging out a lot. And she would call me Pizzle, and I would call her Hizzle. Like, that was our thing. What up, Pizzle? What up, Hizzle? So when it was time to like come up with a Twitter handle or whatever, I was like, I'm going El Pizzle.
I like how you just blew pie and like, I just did a movie with it and back in LA. I'm a movie star, but it's cool. I'm a movie star, but it's cool.
I did a movie.
I did a movie.
Hey, listen, man, that was just my first movie. That's all that was. I've done 3 since.
I done triple my network.
I mean, I was like, old movie. I was on the poster.
That's awesome, bro. Man, I'm really happy for you, bro. For real.
I'm happy for you, man. I'm happy for you. I'm happy that people get to hear your music and get to hear you. You know?
Yeah, I'm honestly this year has been a great break for me. I really I've really got a chance to just sit down.
Man, shout out to this. You're gonna get a Grammy. I'm gonna shout out to the pandemic.
No, I'm serious, bro.
Just give it up. Yo, I've been doing when I've been doing Zoom shows, I'll open it and I'll talk about how I used to always say that I'm so lazy that I just want to be able to Skype shows in. You know what I'm saying? I used to say it for years. And then now it's kind of what we have to do. And,
right.
So then I say I just hate that 200,000 people had to die for me to fulfill my dreams, but don't run for president. If you ever ran for president and I ran against you, dog, that would be all my ads. All my attack ads would be like, yo, this time Vincent said, fuck the dead. My album's coming out in December.
You gotta always look at the positive. Always look at the positive. Always. You see, things are bad, but you always gotta look at the positive. You know what I'm saying? You gotta give yourself a reason to get out of bed and work. So for me, it's it's been a good break because I get to, focus on some music. I'm planning out my 2021.
It don't sound good. This is the debate, and there's no way you can't clean that up. There's no way to sweep this shit under the rug. You can't keep coming back to, listen, this has been great. You know what I'm saying? To the pandemic, you know what I mean? Shut things down, got this work done.
I'm excited, bro. I'm really happy for you. This is awesome.
Shout out to the pandemic, actually, because I gotta thank God. First and foremost, I gotta thank God. My family, without them, there's nothing. The pandemic really made this happen real quick. And then some dude in the back, big dude, gold chain, that's pandemic. What up? Shout out to Pandemic, who produced the album. Yo, there's gonna be some rappers who named themselves Pandemic.
No way.
I don't know I'm willing to bet 5 years down the line. And this is great. This is the result of the pandemic. Wuhan. We are.
No, Busta Rhymes said Wuhan.
Wuhan. Oh! Wuhan got us all in check.
He already knew. Y'all way too funny. That's why I wish I was a comedian. Man.
Now you in the right lane, singing and ladies loving you. I'm funny and nobody cares.
Nah, trust me. It's funny get you a longer way than just singing.
And I'm doing something wrong.
No. It's just everything has its own time. I tell my guys all the time. I was like, you can't rush the process, and it's gonna be what it is. Because when success hits you, it's so fast. It's just unbelievable how fast things go. So, yo, have you ever been on a date and then a girl just
Let me stop you right there, player. No.
I'm done with dates right now. But she
literally... you get to choose. This is shit that makes me mad. You see, that's what I'm talking about. You get to decide. Man, right now, because that means ladies is hollering at you, and you just decided not to holler at them. I don't got that such luxury. I'm not dating right now because ain't nobody hollering at me. Hey, guys, definitely make sure to pick up his music, all right? The album, Turbo.
December. So make sure you follow me on Vincent King Live, Instagram. If you want to check my website out, VincentKingLive.com. Also, I do have a wedding band. So if anybody out there getting married, in 2021, let me know. Hit me up. We can work a deal out. But this album's coming December. It's gonna mess up the scene.
Vincent King live on all his platforms. Check him out on Instagram, Twitter, and on Facebook. Right, so Facebook.
Yep.
Check that man out. Pick up Turbo in December. Listen to They Matter right now on iTunes and Spotify and wherever you get your music. And thank you for coming in again, Vincent. You've been watching the Lamont Xperience. Shout out Xperience Creative, and as always, elevate the culture. Peace.
Lamont Show. Lamont Show.
In West Philadelphia, born and
raised on the playgrounds where I spend most of my days, chilling out, maxing, relaxing out, cool, and all, shooting some b-ball outside of school with a couple of guys who were up to no good. Started making trouble in my neighborhood. I got one little fight. My mom got scared. She said, "You move with your auntie and Uncle in Bel Air."
Bro.